way back in 99 was we wanted to democratize entrepreneurship. We wanted to make entrepreneurship accessible for everyone, right? So this is the reason we all are here. And I'm also happy to share with all of you that today this community of FIHL partners is becoming bigger day by day, becoming bigger year by year. Rather, we have 100% growth every year in this segment. And this is also because the business opportunity and the market size is also becoming big. Not only our size, our distribution is becoming bigger, but this is also very proportionate to the opportunity which the market is offering. And not only that, it is big today, but it will also continue to become bigger in the times to come, in the years to come. And I'll talk about what next 10 years also look like, from the opportunity point of view. And we believe we need more deeper penetration and also larger distribution through this entrepreneurship program to capture this opportunity. And hence, this opportunity to partner is not just limited to India, but also to all countries outside India. And today, apart from India, Franchise India also runs international business under a different company called Fran Global. So all our partners who have joined from outside India, you become partners with Franchise India under our Fran Global name. And that is a name that we use outside India. And apart from India, we have presence in 10 other countries. For example, I have partnership in Brazil. We also have IFC partners in UAE. We have partners also in Mongolia. We have partners in Bangladesh and many other countries. So about 10 odd countries, including UK, US, and Europe, where we already have our existence and partnership program running successfully. And in fact, yesterday we completed another induction program for some of our partners who in fact joined us from outside India. So today, more and more people, I would say, are starting their entrepreneurship journey, and they're also buying businesses, more businesses than India was buying ever before. More companies are getting or expanding via franchise route than 27 years back when we started this company. And this is not going to stop here because this space is getting larger. And if you all have been following entrepreneurship, I'm sure you all would also agree, there are more entrepreneurs today and aspiring entrepreneurs today than in the history of entrepreneurship, right? That's the highest number of people who want to and aspiring to become entrepreneurs. Hence, we've always worked as a company to develop our capabilities in terms of our solutions that we are offering to the community. And also, work on the capacities through the distribution so that we're able to stay ahead of the curve. Now, we've had a very enriching journey for the last 27 odd years since we started. And since then, we have come a long way. And we today have a staggering 90% of market share in the industry, which means 90% franchising in India is done through the platforms of Franchise India. Like I talked about different businesses of Franchise India, where we're bringing solutions to the ever-growing and very dynamic industry. We started with one city, and today we have presence in 97 cities and 10 international markets. And larger market share, like I said, which is because of the architecture of our business, strong brand equity, which we have actually been able to sustain over a long period of time. And as a company, we are a fully integrated franchise solution company, which is a platform for entrepreneurs to start a business. Right? So we are we are world's largest franchise development company. We also have a trademark which says nobody sells more business than Franchise India. Rather, that's a registered name that we have got, which means that nobody in the entire world is selling more businesses than Franchise India. Averagely, our company sells more than 10,000 franchise deals every year. You can imagine the gross value transaction of this deal is running into a few thousand crores, because the average deal size is anything between 50 odd lakhs. Bigger deals, the quantum goes even higher. And we are also the largest distribution company through our uniform spread in India and also international markets. And these international markets are the ones which are also seeing a big jump in consumption, and we see franchising becoming bigger in these markets. Today, Franchise India is a trusted advisor to India's most influential and respected business houses. And we also work with a big business buyer community. These are people who want to buy a business. An entrepreneur community who interact with us through well-structured 4 larger platforms of Franchise India, which create not only a very strong entry barrier, a very big entry barrier for anybody to do what we do And at the same time, we offer a very compelling proposition to the entire community, from business buyers to franchisors. And this is one question I hear very often from our partners, from our clients, and even a lot of our team members who join us, why nobody has been able to compete in such a long period of time. So this is how a company architecture is done, and this an ecosystem that we've created over a period of time, which makes it very strong in terms of what we have done. So starting with the media platform, media has for us created a robust ecosystem that keeps the entire community connected, where investor who wants to start a business come on the platform of Franchise India. Now, these platforms are largely three platforms, which is a physical platform where we do exhibitions. Investors can come, companies participate in these exhibitions. About 120 such exhibitions we do in India, and about 20 countries we are doing outside India this year. We already did Bangladesh in January. We have done Abu Dhabi. We have done Dubai. In fact, Nepal is happening in the next 4 weeks' time. We're doing that show on 27th in Kathmandu in Marriott. So I'll be happy because I saw one of you talked about your city, and that's Nepal. If somebody is keen for that city, we're definitely happy to discuss further, because when you come and participate in the show as a partner, which we are doing on 27th, you'll be able to get more value on the show than partnering afterwards. So about 120 and larger exhibitions that we do. Of all the exhibitions that we do, we also conduct the world's biggest franchise show, which happens every year in New Delhi, which is the capital of India. And this show brings in about 45,000 people coming from across the country, and about 600 unique companies from across industries who come and represent their interest, which is not only concentrated from companies in India, but we also have 10 countries outside India who also participate and represent their business opportunity. This show is happening this time in IACC Dwarka, which is the biggest convention center in the country, on 18th and 19th of May. And I will request all of you friends, if you come as partners, great. We'll have every single partner who is an IFC partner across India, who in fact, they come to this show and benefit by not just participation, but they represent many companies they work on. The second part of a media platform is 3 publications that Franchise India runs. And out of the 3 publications, one is a international publication called Entrepreneur, which is an American company. And this is perhaps the 3 largest B2B magazines in the world. If you Google Entrepreneur, you will find how big the magnitude of the company is. All the who's who in the entrepreneur, I would say, ecosystem, you will find them on the cover page of the Entrepreneur magazine. And not only that, all the brands that you can, in fact, connect with franchising, brands like McDonald's, brand like KFC's, all these companies are globally ranked by Entrepreneur in terms of their ranking. Our second magazine is Franchising World, and there's a third publication called Retailer. So these are 3 publications that we run. And we have a website, which is franchiseindia.com, where you will also find about 17,000 companies who list their business opportunities from local brands to national brands to regional brands and international brands who register themselves. And we have over 1 million investors who interact on this platform. The average time spent of these investors is close to about 25 odd minutes, which is very, very big span of time. Our second platform is largely for companies who want to get into franchising, and that's a scale platform where we work with companies, brands, franchisors to make them franchise ready and expand their footprint through our distribution in India and overseas market. And this is done through 2 larger companies. One is FranCorp, which is the consulting arm of Franchise India. So FranCorp again is an American company, and Franchise India acquired the rights of FranCorp in India about 18 years back. And FranCorp US is a company which in fact pioneered franchise consulting globally. It is a 47-year-old company, even older than Franchise India, but has been instrumental in creating franchise programs for companies like McDonald's, companies like KFC. These are names we take as synonymous of franchising. So that's what FranCorp has done globally. And our third platform is an investment platform, which is largely used by people who want to start a business. This is Start Your Business platform, where people from maybe a smaller investment to family businesses to HNIs who want to invest in businesses would reach out to us, and we handhold them through the entire process of buying a business. And finally is the platform where companies also reach out to us when they want to exit their business, which could be reasons of succession. It could be reasons of capital, which they need to raise, then unable to raise. For various reasons, people sell their business. And we work with these businesses to bring them strategic partners or financial partners. So we felt, not only that we have created this robust ecosystem, a very strong ecosystem and community, but we also felt the opportunity was also big enough for us to expand this ecosystem through partnerships in the form of IFC channel. And every day we bring in new opportunities into franchising. So we felt we need to go deeper, and we also need to go, deeper and also bigger in terms of our penetration. So how do we create a meaningful, a purposeful, and also a profitable partnership, form the basis of this program? I'll take another 5 minutes to talk about the industry so that you understand why franchising. And this is one big question which comes to everybody's mind when they look at starting a business or want to enter something which they have not done before, is, how big that industry is. Second, if that industry looks big today, are there enough insights that tell us that it is also going to sustain and also be relevant in the times to come? So I'll talk about, things that will help you to understand, how franchising and, consumption or entrepreneurship is related. So first and foremost, I'll start by telling all of you that franchising is a very, very big impact market. Sometimes we're not very consciously consuming, but today, if you see around you, whatever you're consuming, be it a product that comes to you from Blinkit or an online platform, be it quick commerce like Blinkit, Zepto, these platforms, or an optical store, the preschool, the caterer school, the pharmacy store, the spa that you go to, the salon that you go to, the gym that you go to, every single product which is being consumed, every single service that you're consuming is coming from a branded environment around you, right? So, and all the branded environment that you see around you is they're organized, right? And all these organized companies, they are expanding only via franchising. So you can see the impact is very big because consumption and franchising is proportionate to each other. As the consumption would become bigger, so would franchising, right? And that is what we have seen in the last 2.5 decades. As the consumption increased, and you all would agree, India has a very strong consumption story, right? So as the consumption would increase, so would be the impact of franchising. And today, even startups, we talk about startups, every single startup that comes up who wants to scale, out of them, 25% get into franchising to expand. From companies like Nykaa, we work with them. It's a listed company. We worked with them to get their first franchisees. We still work with Nykaa. And like that, there are many of the companies which were in the D2C space. We got them offline, created the entire business model for them, launched them in the market. So India has a very strong economic, I would say, fundamentals when it comes to domestic consumption. And franchising in the next 10 years is going to be 10x of what it is today in 2024. And it is growing at a pace of about 25%. So today, this industry is $180 billion. It is growing at about 25%. And you can multiply that by 25%. In the next 10 odd years, this would be almost about $1,800 billion industry, right? And you can imagine, the consumption going up, the industry going up, how many brands and how many outlets these brands would need to open over a period of time. The third thing, which is also important to note, is when I talk about consumption, now nearly 70% of India's GDP is driven by domestic consumption. We all know consumption is a massive consumption engine when it comes to India. 70% of India's GDP is driven by domestic consumption. And this is what is driving our economy. Even you compare with economies like China, their contribution is 53%. India is higher at about 70%, right? And we were almost 10 years behind many countries like China also. We were behind China 10 years back. We were 25 years back behind US 20 years back. But now the entire narrative, the entire story is changed. What was happening in these countries, I would say 10 years back or 25 years back, is what is happening in India today. So also as a country, what we have done in the last 75 years of our independence, India would do 3 times of that in the next 10 years. So our growth in the next 10 years would be 3x of what happened in the last 75 years. And you can all witness the last 10 years alone, we doubled the progress that we did in the first 67 years of independence, right? So consumption cycles are changing. We are still comparatively as a country low per capita in a lot of categories, be it, our consumption of shoes and a lot of other FMCG products or even mattresses, auto, but all that is changing. And more consumer categories that we all consume are becoming 3.5 times larger than what they were 30 years back, right? So all these are impacting the way the consumption is happening. The other point which I also want to talk about is India inherently, has a very substantial entrepreneurial population, and there's a big demand for entrepreneurship, especially when we talk about bottom of the pyramid for micro businesses which are run in neighborhood markets. And it is no surprise India is called a shopkeeper nation, as you find somebody in every neighborhood or every home, I would say, who wants to start a business, including everybody who's out here on this webinar. You all want to start your own business. So demand for entrepreneurship is very, very big. And lastly, there's dearth of opportunities, for cities like Delhi, Bangalore, all the metropolitan top cities, they still would have jobs where all the top MNCs, corporates, they're all based out of. But when you go to cities which are tier 2, 3, and, further below, there is dearth of job opportunities which can give you high paying jobs. You still get jobs, but they don't give you, high pay packages. And that is one big thing that we have seen in especially 2, 3 tier cities where people want to take up franchising than taking up a job. And if you look at the growth, what we have self-witnessed in the last 27 years, the first-time business buyer community in India is becoming very, very big. 27 years back, we used to have about 10% people out of 100 people who would buy business or demand business or aspire to do that. Out of 100 people, 10% people were the ones who had never done business in their life ever. They were first generation entrepreneurs or first time business buyers. Today, this community has become 6x of what it was in 2.5 decades back. And today, 60% of total business buyer community is one which is coming for the business and buying the business for the very first time. And this in the next, I would say, 5 odd years would become almost 75%, which means people who have not done business would come into starting a business. So all these phenomena that I talked about and dimensions I talked about and stats which I shared, these all talk about where India is moving, how consumption is moving. And accordance, the franchising industry would also become very, very big. Globally, this industry is very big. Right? This is bigger than in Indian economy. Almost $4.8 trillion is the size of the global franchise industry. US being number one, India is the second largest franchise economy in the world. But unlike a lot of other businesses that you might have been a part of, we are a knowledge business, which requires everyday learning to be able to advise business buyers. So we need to come with a mindset of growth, and we also need to believe in the purpose of democratizing entrepreneurship, right? So our business is that of advisory, which means last mile experience is very, very important to our client, whether that client is a company who wants to take our services or that client is a business buyer who wants to start a business. And equally, I feel today the role of consultants is also getting evolved. The new world is knowledge driven. So knowledge economy, as we call, advisor is seen as someone who brings in a lot of credible advice. And he marries that advice with a lot of hyper local market knowledge, right? And that's where a lot of value addition is done by our partners. So that is what I wanted to share, friends. So given the fact we have a big distribution, we have 97 cities, a lot of cities, rather I would say 90% of the cities that today we are in are represented by our partners. But still the demand is big, the opportunity is big. We need more hands who can come and work. So I'll take maybe another 5 minutes. If you can do a quick, Q&A session. We would like to know a little bit about you. I think we have shared what we do as a company. We have a short presentation also that we would like to run through on the entire business model. And I'll request Sanjay to run that. But before that, I'll request all of you friends, if you can also share a little bit about you, your profile, and we'll make it easy for you so that you don't have to go too much into writing. We create easy Q&A for you. I'll request Sanjay, if you want to put that on the screen in the chat box and also maybe announce. And this, all of you can write in the Q&A box. You can just write the alphabet and share your profile. And if you can also mention the city where you come from, this would really help us. Sanjay.
Yeah, thank you so much. And friends, please use Q&A box and send us your answers. So we are very simply asking who is there with us today. If you are a professional, you are working in some company, you can write P. along with your city name, because we want to know which city you are coming from, because we have opening in few cities and few cities are already closed, because we are not looking forward for any more partner in those cities, and we want to make these partners who are already joined us, want to make them grow first. So if you are a business owner, you are already engaged in some business, small, big, but you can write B for business owner if you have your own business along with your city name. And if you are already into some consulting practice, it can be real estate consulting, it can be financial consulting, it can be any consulting. Otherwise, you can write MC, management consultant, along with your city name. And if you are actually looking forward for career change, so you are just looking to diversify your career at this moment, you can write C along with your city name. So I would request all the partners who are there, attended a webinar. So please use the Q&A box and make your presence so that we can give answers, because that's where we can make it so interactive. So we have a lot of already uh, answers already there. So we can see there is Mr. Aman Bhatnagar. He is saying, I'm MC from Gurgaon. So he's already into management consultant. So Amanji, if you can give us a little more about your consulting practice, what are you into? But it's a great profile which we are looking for. It's a relevant profile. If you are already a management consultant, you can do justice to the consulting business as well. So please write a little more on the which kind of consulting you do. Mr. Santosh, I am interested for Odisha region. Welcome. Please write your what you do as of now. So we will take it up further. And then Mr. Bimal Agarwal, who is in on east side, he is in our Kolkata office. We'll have a chat with you, discuss with you in length. Hi, I'm Mohin, working as a business analyst in the IT firm. I am from Bangalore. Mohin, welcome. Bangalore, yes, we have very strong partners already in Bangalore. It's a great market when we are seeing a lot of new businesses also coming into franchising, and a lot of now business. There are a lot of people from IT sector now. They are coming into the business also. They are professionals, but they want some second earning as well. Mr. Hitesh Parmar is looking forward for a career change from Rajkot. Rajkot is a good city right now. It's open. We are looking forward for Rajkot. Please send us a little more on your profile there, what you do actually, and currently, because if you are looking forward to diversify or career change, so what you do presently, then we will have a one-on-one chat with you. Mr. Praglatham C. Colombo. Welcome, Sri Lanka. Yes, we have a lot of friends joined us from Nepal and also Bangladesh, Sri Lanka as well. So we warmly welcome you. Business can be help. Is it an IT company that you help? So Mr. Aman is asking what all types of businesses can you help? All right. So Amanji, we have got every category now with us. So you name that category, name that business. Looking forward to diversify, looking forward to enter more markets if they are looking forward through franchise route, because that's a viable model to franchise and expand. We work with them. So it can be any category across. IT consultant, good. So you can also we can also discuss with you in length that what kind of consulting you do in IT business, and then how it can be relevant for you. We'll make it a little more interactive with you. I am Tawfiq from Dhaka, Bangladesh, currently P. So he's a professional from Dhaka, Bangladesh. We have our office already there. We are already having operations. Looking forward for more partners because this market is absolutely hungry. There's a lot of new international markets, companies who are looking forward to enter into Bangladesh, and Franchise India is the only platform for them.
If I want to add, Mr. Chandra, your question was you're from Hyderabad, and in fact, at Franchise India, like I mentioned, we work with a lot of international companies. We have offices outside India. But at the same time, I also should share that over the last 2.5 decades, Franchise India has been instrumental in bringing more than 500 companies from overseas markets to the Indian market, including Nepal and Bangladesh as well. And every opportunity that comes to Franchise India, irrespective that was onboarded by you or any other team of ours or any other company, all these opportunities are shared with all our partners. Having said that, a lot of my partners today have done a lot of area franchisee deal for many international brands like Smoothie Factory, which we did recently. One of my Bombay partners did that. So all opportunities, irrespective that's an Indian brand, international brand, local brand, all these opportunities are available with our partners. And also Bangladesh, there's some brands like Gloria Jeans, Cold Stone Creamery. We got these brands in that market, and especially Cold Stone, they were not even in India at that point in time. And I remember I worked very hard on this deal to get it for one of the HNIs who wanted to start that in Bangladesh. So I hope that answers your question. Over to you.
Thank you. Mr. Pillai is from Pune. So he's a business owner, advisory services, all India, sub broker of Motilal Oswal. Fantastic, because Motilal Oswal is also one of our client. And in financial sector, we have worked with ICICI Securities, we have worked with Kotak, we have worked with Motilal. These are all our clients. So good business, and you can also look forward for becoming franchise India consultant, because Pune is a great market which is open for a lot of brands today. We are also looking forward for more partners here. Miss Sunita, hello, I'm Sunita, working for non-profit, looking for career change. All right, so she is from Kathmandu. Welcome, Sunita. Thank you for joining in. We will talk about this opportunity further in Kathmandu. As we said, we're coming up the show on 27th of April in Nepal, and we will be looking forward for having, and I think this is the right time wherein we can explore an opportunity with you also. And if all it fits in, suppose you select us, we select you, and if it's the right opportunity for you, we can take it further, and then you will be completely there for the show, and it will be completely profitable for you to start with. So Bimal Agarwal will further discuss with you and understand, and then we can take it up further. Mr. Prakash Sharma from Kathmandu, Nepal, having 20 years of experience. Great. So I think this is also something what we are looking at. So you're from Kathmandu again. So we warmly welcome you, and we will have one-on-one meeting with you. And Bimal, you can take a note, and then you can have one-on-one discussion with them. Started accountant from Kathmandu, so we can't see the name there. It is currently into business of financial consultants with 8+ experience. Again, from Kathmandu, we warmly welcome you. So your name is not mentioned, so please share your name. Then we have Dr. Anil Verma from Delhi, along with my business, also work as licensee and consultant. Great. Mr. Verma, thank you for joining this webinar. So we warmly welcome you. And I'm also in Delhi. This is our corporate office in Delhi. And Delhi is a gold mine for business like franchising. And we will also have a one-on-one discussion with you. Like we'll look forward to welcome you to our office. We can have a round there and have a further discussion. Mr. Hassan, since I have been working as professional, working for large groups, I request you to help me to identify working areas in detail in future talks. For sure, we will look forward to have a detailed discussion with you. So we can take the details, and definitely we will have a one-on-one meeting with you. Mr. Hemant Agarwal, okay, he's showing thank you very much. I'm interested to join in Delhi Expo. Mr. Haq, for sure, we will give you complete understanding on this Delhi Expo. It is 18th and 19th of May, which is in Yashobhumi, which is next to, very near to airport. So we'll give you more understanding, and it will be on our website. You can Google also Franchise India 2024. You will get all the details over there. Kastub Maste. Mr. Kastub Maste, I am not able to send message in chat box. No, you are already sending us a message in this box. Same box, please use. There is no other chat box available. This is the Q&A box. Please use the same, and you can send your query. Mr. Bhaskar Rao, okay, there was no name which was mentioned there. Mr. Bhaskar Rao, and writing from Andhra Pradesh. So welcome. Looking forward for career change. Mr. Masti is writing that I am from Pune. So great. So I think this is fantastic when everybody sends us the query. Rest, there are a lot of people who have joined us today. We request that you send us more queries and more info about yourself. It will be very easy for us to understand. How can I be part of it? Mr. Prasan, from, if you are from Bareilly or it is your name, I don't know, please send your complete details. It is showing Mr. Prasan Bareilly. How can I be part?
Prasanji, yeah. So Prasanji is from Kathmandu, Nepal.
Okay, this is his surname, I think. So then please take the note and you can have a one-on-one discussion with. Great. So I think a lot of people who have already written your, but there is someone who is again raising your hand. So my request again, please do not raise your hand. Use the Q&A box. Any question you have will for sure take your name also. And if there is any other question also you have, please use Q&A box so that we can give you little more understanding on your opportunity. Good that everyone is participating. So we will take you through a presentation and give you a little more on our opportunity today, which is independent franchise consultant, what we offer, how you can become the part of Franchise India. So before that, I would like to ask if Sonia, if you have anything to add. Before that, I'll
I
take
think great. I think a lot of you are asking on, how do we become partner and what is the model? So we'll talk about the model, but largely just to explain you, we deal with a bigger universe of people who want to buy business and also bigger universe of companies who are looking at expansion via franchising. So the monetization model includes these stakeholders where we bring companies on board. There's a fee which these companies give when they come on board of Franchise India. Now, this fee is based on the rollout of these companies. Some companies are startups, so they give a different set of fee. Some companies are looking at a very aggressive rollout. So depending on the rollout of the companies, there's a onboarding fee which companies give Franchise India. And then when we find partners for them, when we find franchisees for them, there's a fee that Franchise India and also my partners make on a brokerage, right? So that's one set of fee. And equally on the other side, I have people who want to invest in businesses. Now from a 25,000 fee to even a 5 lakh fee. So typically, for example, in this month, I had a partner in Bombay who registered one investor at a 5 lakh fee because this investor wanted to acquire an international brand and also he wanted to invest in a company. He wanted to take some equity in the company. So depending on the investment of people, the fee is also structured. So every time an investor comes and registers with Franchise India, our partner make money. And when these business buyers buy a business, there's a brokerage which comes to our partner. So largely there are four business revenue streams which we'll talk about. And also I understand, we'll not be able to explain in a lot of depth in the time that we all have. So all of you who want to maybe have a discussion post the webinar, we'll leave our contact details and also our email ID. You can definitely get in touch with us, including cities from or countries from Nepal, Dubai, Sri Lanka. We are open for all these markets and we definitely would like to speak to all of you from these markets and absolutely from India as well. Over to you, Sanjay, if we can start our presentation.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. And once again, I'll make it a little more simpler. So what we do, Franchise India is working with two communities. One side, we have investor community who are looking forward to start a new business, but they have no idea about where to invest. Like there are millions of NRIs in India. They have come back to India. They have a lot of money. They want to invest. They want to start a business, but they have no idea about the market and they have no idea about how to evaluate a right opportunity. That's where Franchise India comes in between as a consultant, and we help all these investors to guide them, handhold them. But since we are a consultant, we are advisors, we don't work for free. So our product is time. Whenever we give time to anyone, we charge for that. So we have a fee structure which we charge for investors to come on board. So when we start working with an investor, we get them onboarded first. So there is a fee. They are paying us for onboarding, and then they are also paying us for fee for getting a right franchise for them. On the other side, we have businesses and brands which we are servicing. We also take them on board. So we have already around 1,100 companies right now who are contract-wise with us. Wherein exclusivity is there with us. We exclusive have rights for getting franchisees for them. And we are also keep on adding new opportunities also. So this is other side. And third, as we said, we have a resale also. So when we are having any business who is looking forward to sell their business, we also onboard them with some registration fee, and then we do the evaluation, and then we sell that business, and then we have a brokerage fee also out of that. So today we will talk about little more on this opportunity further in my next slides. What is franchising? We discussed franchising is something which is everything which we consume today is coming from a franchise company. Right from starting the day, morning, we use milk, we use bakery products. Everything comes from franchise. As we discussed and we understood, kids going to school, franchise. Kids wearing clothes coming from franchise, kids wearing shoes coming from franchise, kids going to any, there are new trends wherein there is a yoga classes, gym classes also, which are happening for kids, especially kids. These are also franchised. Now you talk about women out there, they go to salon, it's franchise. Nail companies, there is a nail brands which are only offering the nail services and foot massages. This is also coming from a franchise. Going to salons, franchise. Wearing clothes, franchise. Accessories, franchise. Anything and everything you see today is coming from franchise. And at your level, if you'll see at your home, also what you consume on daily basis coming from franchise. That's why we said it is very, very large industry today, which is now further going to expand. And India is a right market for all these businesses. And we have around 200 companies as of now who are now entered in India. If I can give an example, we have Domino's Pizza, we have Pizza Hut. When we got them in India long back, now today they are not offering franchise. So we have a lot of investors today who are asking for, get me an international brand for pizza chain. Now, both brands do not offer franchise. So Franchise India have taken this initiative of getting a new brand from US to India market, which is Figaro's Pizza. Most of you must have heard about it, but Figaro's Pizza is exclusive with Franchise India. Franchise India also have invested as a master franchise for this brand. And last 9 months, we have opened 17 area developers in India. Now, area developer would be a sub-master franchise. Under this area developer, we are also now looking forward for more unit franchises, outlets to open across India. Once the chain will have 200, 300 outlets, 100 outlets, everybody would be knowing now Figaro's Pizza. So as of now, we have 17 locations which are already closed, wherein we have an outlet running. In some cases, it is under construction. But Delhi NCR, we don't have area developer. It's already live store there in Kalkaji. If anyone is around, maybe from Delhi NCR would be knowing Kalkaji area. You can go to Hyderabad, you can see Mumbai, you can see Punjab, Bangalore. These cities are already closed. So now what we are looking at, opening unit franchises under these master or sub-master franchises. But Franchise India holds a master right for complete India. And that's how we got this pizza chain, a brand which is international from US, multi-countries and multinational company, and looking forward for expansions in India. Because Franchise India have seen the depth in this business, and there's a humongous opportunity to open thousands of outlets, like we have done it for earlier brands, but that time probably we were not ready to take a master, or we are not in that position to invest as a master franchisee for those brands. So we invited some other investor to take a master franchise for those brands. And now we are 27-year-old and company has also expanded and grown. Now we have taken master franchisee for this Figaro's Pizza, and now we are opening outlets under Figaro Pizza. That's how this is a great opportunity. I'm talking about only one outlet, one brand, wherein there's a humongous opportunity in franchising. So if we see category-wise, sector-wise franchising, how it is growing. Today, whether it's a tech company, whether it's a health, beauty, financials, retail, or there's a pet care companies, there are companies which are maintenance companies, there is a gardening company, like they are door-to-door, it's a direct-to-home businesses who are into franchise, and there are a lot of new categories who are coming into franchising. Even the companies, brands who were there earlier, not offering franchise, like Bata, it was all company-owned investments. But you can see there are a lot of outlets out there, but all were company-owned. Now, if you see last 10 years, Bata doesn't invest. So it's all franchise. So now it is all outlets by franchising, and Franchise India is exclusively working with Bata to open these franchise outlets. So if you'll see tier 3, tier 4 cities also, these companies are looking forward because earlier outlets were not there. Even one of our partner in Amravati, he got 3 stores there in Amravati because before that there was no store of Bata in Amaravati. Likewise, there are other brands also. Because of our partners there, because our operations are there, because our presence is there, that's how brands are also looking forward for expansions in those cities. So if we talk about Tata, just another example, Tata Chroma, though we have worked with other brands of Tata, but Tata Chroma was never into franchise. Tata Chroma has opened all the outlets which are company owned and 100% investment by company. We called as COCO model, company owned, company operated. Now the opportunity has come wherein they are looking for fundraising from the market, and Franchise India have an exclusive tie-up with them. One, we are also looking forward for a new outlet in new places where outlet is not there. Plus, there are some outlets which are already there, but we are also transferring this running outlet to our investors. So if you are looking for a safe investment in our database with our IFC partners, there are a lot of investors from different locations who have that investment of 3 to 4 CR, but they want a safe investment. There is no opportunity directly with them. So we can offer them Tata Chroma as an opportunity. It can be someone sitting in Vizag can invest in a outlet which is in Pune, because you don't have to operate and manage. It's a we call it as a FOCO model, wherein it will be franchise owned, but it will be company operated. Company will operate because they want to give a last mile experience to their consumer. That's why they don't want to change that structure. So it will be completely operationally managed by Tata itself. So these are all different models which we are talking about. So likewise, there are different companies like hotel chains, hospitals, which is also now into franchise, but in a different model, because it is not easy to manage and operate a hotel. So it can be JW Marriott, it can be any other hotel, but what they do is they offer a FOCO model. And if we are to look forward for an investor to invest, that can be done through Franchise India only. So likewise, there are some hospitals, because hospital or labs cannot be run by an ordinary person. It can be run by some doctors. That's why the operations would be with the management, and we can get a investor from outside, and we call it as investment model. So please be there. There are a few slides more which we will be taking through, and what we offer when you become part of Franchise India, we offer you tablet. So T stands for technology. We will create a CRM for you, and all the database we will give you in the CRM, which you can use, update every day. And we also give you a email ID from Franchise India domain. So Franchise India domain will remain with you to use every day and interact with all the clients, investors, brands, so that it represents you as Franchise India. A for access to the infrastructure. So you can also use our office. In fact, today, one of our new partner from Hyderabad has come to our Hyderabad office, and our branch head who is there, Ravi, he has met him, had taken him the tour to our office, and have given him complete understanding that now you can get your client, we can have a joint meeting in our office, and you can also come and sit. You can have half a day, you can take full day, and use our office to operate from there. And that is what you can get a complete access to our existing offices, whichever city you are. B stands for brands. So we have a brand list. As I said, we have around today 1100 brands, and all these brands are accessible and ready and available for all our partners. But it's not easy to drive all the brands together. What we do in our training program, we will help you to build your brand portfolio. That brand portfolio can be done as per your experience, as per your market, and the brands who are looking forward for expansion in your city. So we'll help you. And otherwise, all the brands are ready for you. If you can get an investor for any kind of a brand, we can have that understanding and give them a complete details about that brand, and then we can connect them with that brand, and brand team would also help us to close that deal. That's how we do, because all these brands who are with us exclusive, and the team is always ready to come on the call to help us to close that deal. L stands for leads. Lead structure we have structured. We have 50 minimum leads, which we are giving guaranteed leads every month, which is minimum. And this is all investor leads. And these investors are looking forward for some consultant who can help them to guide them how to get into business and how to get a right opportunity for the investor. So they are looking forward for, they have investment, but they don't know where to invest. That's why they need a consultant. So these are 50 minimum leads, which will be given to each partner every month. Plus, as we are having the understanding about the brands, so we create your brand portfolio. So we will give you brand centric leads. So we'll run the campaign every month. That will be also given to you, which are brand centric. Suppose you take a brand A, which is fit in for your market and you also like that. But before that, we'll give you complete training, which is happening every day. Once you like, you feel that I want to drive this brand, then we will run a campaign for that brand, and that will be location wise, investment wise, brand wise. So those leads are also being given to our partners. But since we are a lead bank, we don't have any challenge in terms of leads. If you want 200 a month, you want 300 a month, we can give that. And we are absolutely open. There is not even a single penny our partner has to invest in lead generation, any kind of promotion or any kind of an event. As I said, E stands for event is also there. And all these events are all available for our partners. You can not only in your city can attend, you can also go and other city also to attend, like last show which we had, which was a bigger show in Hyderabad. So we have our partners from Chennai, AP Telangana, and also from Bangalore who have come and attended that show, which was 2 days event, wherein we have 12,000 plus investors who have visited in 2 days to buy the franchise, and wherein we had directly 200 plus franchise opportunities in different categories available. And Franchise India have also presented our own set of franchise companies or opportunities, which are around 1,000 opportunities, which was indirectly presented by us. And if investor is looking forward for any kind of opportunity, we understand their requirement. We give them completely advisory service, and then we take them also on board, and then we start helping them to structure a right deal for them. So this is the bigger event, which is happening once a year, every city. But we also do our own events, which are for these onboarding brands. So this is all 2025 events, which we call as a business meet, mega front matches, wherein we invite brands, we invite investors. But the best part in all our events, we have a entry fee for investors to come and attend that event. So we do not make it free because it's a very serious business. It's a business opportunity you're coming and exploring. We do not make it free. So we have every show, every month, we have 150, 200 or 100 in some cities, but these are all paid. But when it's a bigger event, like any city base, which is Hyderabad, which we have just done in the month of June, we'll be having in Chennai. So there we are talking about 10,000 plus. When we are talking about Delhi as an event, we are talking about 40,000 plus investors with 2,000 rupees as an entry fee, which is prepaid, done by the investors across India. They will be attending that show. And we have also around 700 plus opportunities directly participating in that event with booths. It can be small, big booths, but they are presenting their opportunity in different categories directly. And this is an industry focused show. It's an industry show like we do in Pragati Maidan. There's a trade fair. This is the trade fair show of franchising or business show. And then we have another edition of this now, which we started last year, is happening in Mumbai in Geo International Convention Center. But this, which we are doing last 22 years, it was organized by Franchise India in Pragati Maidan. And this year, we have now shifted this to even bigger place, which is Yashobhumi, which is near to airport, which is recently inaugurated. And that's a beautiful convention hall, which is recently inaugurated by our Honorable Prime Minister. And that is wherein it's also costly for us. But we are also having some investment around 15 crore rupees for the show, which is now we are organizing in the month of May in Delhi. This is a very, very large show. And 40,000 plus investors with 2,000 rupees the entry fee to come attend that show and meet the brands. And also all the IFC partners from all over India would be present in this and attending investors and servicing the brands also. And if there's a brand who is onboarded with us, they pay for this stall, and they have given 2 days, and they are also inviting our IFC partners, our consultants to be available on that stall and take all the database after the show, and business which we are doing on that their stall will be counted in our IFC partners business, because you are representing that brand in that bigger event. T stands for training. So it's a extensive training which we are doing 3 days in Delhi in our corporate office. Our next program, which is 7th, 8th, and 9th of April. If anyone who is looking forward to join immediate, that can be also attended this 3 days extensive program, which is for training, wherein our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria, he will be himself available, and our managing director also will be available for 2 days. And third day, we will give you all the vertical and department heads understanding about different businesses, what we are in. And that will be a great opportunity for someone to just start. And then we have also new contests also, which we are launching from next month onward. So sorry. So what is the proposed structure of IFC? We have created a growth ladder, which is very important. And there are 2 slides which are very important, this and next. And please be there and understand this, because we feel like other businesses, they have ROI, return on investment. We also have ROI, which is return on involvement. That's a difference. So when we are talking about our business, so we want someone who is available, give time to this business. So there's a return on involvement, plus there's a return on intelligence. This is ROI of Franchise India business. When someone joins us as an IFC, it has to be at a entry level. So when you join, you become our IFC partner. And at IFC partner level, you also have some percentage sharing. That the next slide. And when you grow, because you want to grow faster, you want to put more time, then there has to be something for you wherein you want to jump and go to the next level. So we have IFC Elite membership. So when you are having 15 lakh rupees revenue, which is gross revenue, means it is your revenue, not the payout. What you have earned out of this is not something we are talking about here. We are talking about what through you, Franchise India, have got, which is 15 lakh rupees revenue. When you touch, you are becoming IFC Elite. Even if it is 15 deals, whichever is coming earlier, because Franchise India is into deals. So deal would mean whenever we sell a franchise to any investor, and investor is paying some token amount to the brand and signing an LOI, that we count as a deal. So if you do 15 deals or 15 lakh, whichever is coming earlier, you are going to become now IFC Elite. Then you will become IFC Pro if you are touching 50 lakh revenue or 30 deals. Likewise, there's a IFC Master also. But what you are going to get at base level, at elite level, at pro level, and master level. So please be there. Excuse me. So at entry level, you are 40% shareholder. And Franchise India is getting 60%. At elite membership, you get 50%, we get 50%. At pro, you get 60, now we get 40. At master, you get 70, we get 30. But there is no investment from your side, even if it is 70% your share or 60, 50 or 40. It's all done by Franchise India. So 40% when I say, what are the products for that? What is the revenue, how we calculate? So we have terminology here, IA, IS, BS, BD. This is 4 products of revenue, which we will be discussing with you, each one of you, by our heads. And they will give you more understanding on this. But as a brief, I can give you understanding. As I said earlier, we work with 2 communities, very, very simple. One is investor, one side is brands. I stands for investor, B stands for brand. So from investor, we have got 2 products. From brands, we have got 2 products. So let's understand in a very simple way. When we work with investor, and investor want to invest in any business, and Franchise India would help. So we will onboard an investor. We call it as IA, investor acquisition. That's the onboarding fee from the investor. And when we start servicing investor, get the franchisee for the investor. After evaluating, it may take 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months. The investor also has to pay us a service fees because we have got a franchise for him. So this investor acquisition and investor service fees will come from the investor side, and whichever brand we have sold to the investor, brand will pay us a brand service fees, BS. So that's also which is fixed there in our agreement with the brand. And BD would mean business development when we are talking about brand on board. When you are having some reference and you pass on that reference to us, we will evaluate, we'll check, and we'll get them on board. All the follow-ups, proposals, presentations, and payments, Franchise India team will help you. And our brand onboarding proposal is also very much fixed. So there's a 4 formats, which is when we get a brand on board. So we have started with Front Start, which are small setup companies, are starting start level. So we have 7.5 lakh, then we have 15 lakh, then we have 40 lakh and 75 lakh rupees, depending on the services and rollout of the company, how big they are, what is their rollout, what is their expansion plans. We also design a proposal for them. Now, when we are talking about 7.5, it's a base level. That's our onboarding fees. Then we provide all the services, and that's the onboarding fee. So that will be services what we are giving them, getting them ready, marketing, everything including. When we are signing a franchise for them, so they also pay us a success fees, which is brand success fees or service fees, because we are getting a franchise. That's our forte. That's our capability to sell franchisees. So brand will pay us a brand service fees. Now, this brand service fees is also fixed. It can be 35% of franchise fees, or in some cases, it's a fixed amount of 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh. It can be up to 50 lakh also in bigger deals, but it's fixed in the agreement. So there is no worry that if I am doing a deal, I'm selling a franchise, how much I'll get. It's all about information which we have in Excel. You can decide before selling also which brand to sell, and you will be knowing that what is my success fees out of this, which is coming to Franchise India. What Franchise India is getting, so your success fees, your payout is becoming 40% of that. So I'll just give an example to make it a little simpler. So we have investor onboarding, which is starting from investment up to 20 lakh. So there's an investor who is looking forward to invest up to 20 lakh. Now this up to 20 lakh rupees, Franchise India will charge 25,000 rupees as onboarding fee, which is IA, investor acquisition. So that will be Franchise India is who is working with the investor. It can be our core team member, it can be an IFC partner. You become Franchise India. So investor will pay you 25,000 plus GST if he is looking forward for investment up to 20 lakh. So this 25,000 rupees plus GST will come in the name of Franchise India. And this is what is investor acquisition. So if you do 10 investor onboarding a month, would mean it will become 25,000 into 10, 2.5 lakh. It's very simple maths. And since we are not doing it case to case basis, we are doing it a month closing. So we do a business in a month. So it will be completely business sheet, and then we will do complete understanding on this. The sheet will go to accounts, they will verify, and then the credit note will be shared with you. So first to last day of the month, we do a business. The business closings, as every month we do. Then in the first week of next month, you'll get credit note, and by 10th, you'll get the payout in your account also. So suppose I'm talking about this 2.5 lakh, which has come to Franchise India. Your share is 40% of that. Means you get 40% of 2.5 lakh, which is 1 lakh, is going to be your payout. Again, these 10 investors will buy franchise from you because they have paid you, they have onboarded with us, and now they have hired us as a consultant. So we will start evaluating. So when you start evaluating with all these investors, our team will help further. And once the franchise is done, your deal is done, investor will pay us a 50,000 rupees as investor service fees also in the case which is up to 20 lakh rupees. So you have to get 50,000 more from the investor. It is service fees, which is in 10 investors, you will become 50,000 into 10, 5 lakh. Your payout is again 40% of that 5 lakh, which becomes 2 lakh. But the deals can happen in a month, in a 2 month, 3 month, 4 month, but it is continuous process. Next month you will do the same, take the investor on board, start servicing with our teams, and you do closures and deals will be done. So if you are having an investor locked, that means there's a sure shot deal which will happen. So in these two cases, if an investor is looking forward for 20 lakh to 50 lakh, then this service fees and this acquisition fee will change. So basis lowest is 25,000 up to 25 lakh, 20 lakh rupees. 22, then there's a 40,000 as an IA fee, and the service fees, which is under, which is around 1 lakh rupees. And then it goes to 50 lakh to 1 CR, 1 CR to 2 CR, 2 CR and above. So there are different slabs to it. And investor IA, now I'll talk about IA, IS and BS words only. So your IA will increase, your IS will go up, and BS will be depending on the brand, because if somebody is uh, selling a brand which is under around 1 CR, then absolutely our BS fee will be also higher. So if we are talking about average, as low as 2 lakh rupees each brand which we are selling to these 10, so these 10 will buy 10 franchisees from us. All these 10 brands will pay us minimum 2 lakh rupees, for example. It's an example, I'm just putting it, giving you some understanding. So these 10 will pay you 2 lakh each, will become 20 lakh rupees as BS fee, which is coming to Franchise India. Your share is again 40% of that. So out of this 20 lakh, your share will be again 8 lakh rupees, which is 40%. And at the same time, every month you can refer us new brands which are looking forward to expand. And there is no territory restriction also. If someone is sitting in Delhi, can also have a reference of brand. You can get it from social media, you can get it from anywhere, and that can be from Pune, Hyderabad, any city, that will be counted in your name. So when we are closing that, we will charge minimum 7.5 lakh. Your share will be 20% of 7.5 lakh. After that, when you are selling a franchise, you decide, because you have got onboarded, you have a relationship and you know that business. And in the meantime, you will also get a lot of training. You want to drive that brand, but otherwise, collectively as Franchise India, we sell the franchise for every brand. Not only you, everybody will sell. So anyone who is selling a franchise will get the BS amount. So that can be 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 4 lakh for each transaction. Or in some cases, which are very, very small opportunities, we are also 1 lakh rupees as a BS fee. So onboarding, you get 20%. So as I said, it's a minimum 7.5. If you do 2 transactions in a month, you will become 15 lakh, 7.5, 7.5. So out of that 15 lakh rupees, you get 20%, which is 3 lakh rupees will go to you. Rest will come to Franchise India, because then next 1 year, 2 years, we have to service, we have to market, we have to invest again in the marketing. Leads will be 50 at the base level. It will go up as you grow, but from the brand side, there is no restriction of leads. We will give you more leads when you have some brands to drive. And CRM, you will get one ID first. Then again, once you grow, we'll also give you one more ID. Then there are 2 IDs, 3 IDs will also be added. You can ask your team members, you can hire team members, you can have your family member also to join you as a team. So that will be also training and everything, leads will be also increased from our side. But it's sure, no investment in events, no investment in lead generation, no investment in any promotions, or no investment in promoting yourself as a brand. Suppose you become our partner, you will become a brand. So we have a training module, how you can become a brand, how to build yourself as a brand. And because then in your city, you will represent Franchise India and you will get all the business in your city. So we will give you more leads for those brands which are new coming in. And then we also, any brand which is onboarding with us, then we launch them in franchise and create more leads and generate more leads. Anyone partner can drive that brand and location wise as per the expansion and rollout plans. So as I said, elite membership will give you 50% on all these 3 products. Here it will remain 20%, then pro 60, and then master 70. But we still continue giving you all these promotional materials to marketing to everything from our side. That's the support which we are giving. But now the last slide, which is how you can become partner in this Franchise India. What all it takes? It takes us one license fees, which is 4.5 lakh plus GST, which will be one time. And there is no other fee than rest of 3 years. There's a 3 year of agreement, and this is only one time, but this is up to 31st of March. Because last 2 years, we have the same fee structure, which we have revised now to 5.5 lakh plus GST from 1st April onwards. But as of now, it is 4.5 lakh plus GST, and this will be one-time fee. Rest, you don't have to do any other marketing activity or any other investment during these 3 years with us. We will do more, discussions, because I understand in this webinar it may not be enough time for you to get you into this. So we will give you one-on-one discussions. We'll have please set up your meetings with our cluster heads or regional heads, and if you have invited someone, have invited you, so you can further have one-on-one meeting and discuss this. If you feel there is something which we can talk about, then we can go to the next level, which is a selection call, a 10 minutes call with our chairman, and then we will take on the board. So please get in touch with our heads, or if you have any other query, you can reach out to our hotline number also, and you can reach out to our email address also. In fact, I'll also share my contact number, that if you are, I give a lot of respect that you have been there with us for more than an hour. And if you really want to reach out to me also, you can directly reach out to me, and I'll also take your queries and questions. And then whosoever have invited you, we will pass on to the same location, so that our cluster head will give you further understanding and also get you inside. So as I said, there's a training program 7th to 9th of April. If you are looking forward, then you can take a decision forward, and then we will look forward to welcome you in Delhi for having the training together. Till then, at Franchise India, we have a big thank you note for each one of you who have given us enough time today. So there are a lot of people patiently looking and waiting and listening to us. So there's a thank you note from each one of us for each one of you. So you have given us this time, and we are also equally making purposeful and meaningful for you. And if there is someone who is looking forward for any other opportunity, it can be any investment, we will definitely help you also to build that structure for you. Till then, thank you very much once again. Thank you, our panelists.
Thank you, everyone.